This is an interesting comment that I wanted to reply to. This gentleman says, Tom, you have such a big platform. You could use your influence to bring this country to a common ground. I think he meant to say, as with so many others with big followings on both sides could do the same, but no, it's tit for tat. And I understand I have a large following. I understand I have a large platform. I understand that the words that I say can reach a large amount of people in a very short period of time. And I understand that there's a possibility that those words could carry some influence. Having said that, I have absolutely no interest in finding common ground with the people who I typically talk about on this platform. I have no interest in sitting down across the table with somebody who thinks that my vote should be nullified because they didn't like the election result. I have no interest in reaching a common ground with somebody who believes that my wife, my daughters, my granddaughters, my mother-in-law, my sisters-in-laws, my cousins, my aunts, don't have bodily autonomy. And that's where the starting point is. They don't get bodily autonomy, now let's negotiate from there. I have no interest in finding common ground with those people. I have no interest in finding common ground with people who deny science and who believe in propaganda. I have no interest in finding common ground with people who say things like, I'd rather be a Russian than a Democrat. I have no interest in finding common ground with people who believe the most absurd conspiracy theories that have ever been put forth. I have no interest in finding common ground with people who believe JFK Jr., Michael Jackson, and Princess Diana are all still alive, faked their death, and are working with Trump. I have no interest in reaching common ground with people who believe that Democrats used a Jewish space laser to start the California wildfires in order to clear land for a high-speed rail system. I have no interest in reaching common ground with people who believe Hillary Clinton is actually a lizard person who eats babies in the non-existent basement of a New Jersey pizza parlor. I have no interest in reaching common ground with people who believe Democrats created COVID in order to rig the 2020 election. I have no interest with people who see evidence, deny evidence, and then fall into some form of fake realm of reality because it suits their narrative. I have no problem with bipartisan efforts. I have no problem with reaching across the aisle and talking with people who actually have some form of common sense, but we just disagree on how our country should be run in the future. But when it comes to people who deny reality, when it comes to people who are extremists, when it comes to people who are cultists, I have no interest in using my platform to unite with them. I have no interest with people who believe that the Supreme Court overturning a woman's right to bodily autonomy is the correct move. There is no common ground with those people. I don't want those people at my table. I don't want those people in my political tent. I don't want those people in my huddle. There is no common ground. There is no reaching out to them. There is no bipartisan effort with them. Period. Now, if you want to talk about old school Republicans who aren't batshit fucking crazy and just have a difference in opinion on actual domestic and foreign policy and how it should be run, I'm all ears. You find me some John McCains of the world, I'll sit down and we can find common ground with those people. You find me some Colin Powells of the world, I'll sit down and find some common ground with those people. You want to give me Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Laura Ingraham, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert? No, fuck that. I have no interest in using my platform to find commonality with them. I'll talk to the people from like the Lincoln Project and shit like that. No problem whatsoever. We can find some kind of commonality. We can disagree on some policies. We can agree on other policies. But when the starting point is both sides don't agree on what the fuck reality is, fuck the common ground.